First of all, if you haven't watched The Long Night or the Battle of Winterfell, however you want to call it, if you're not caught up to Season 8, keep away from this video. A lot has been said about The Long Night, that it was a bad episode, that it was the worst episode ever, or it was the best episode ever. It seems like we are right in between of them, but there's something that we can all agree on. That being, we need explanation. There's a very key player in this particular chapter of the series. Bran, or the Three-Eyed Raven. He, in the war room, last episode, well, episode 2 of this season, he said that the Night King wanted to kill him to erase all memory of mankind because Bran basically knows everything. Bran uses himself as bait to have the Night King killed. But there may be a master plan behind all of this, because he only says it to Jon and Dany and the rest of the guys, like, hey, the Night King is coming for me. Yeah, I'll go. And then Theon says, hey, I can protect you, man. No worries, Ironborn got your back. And that's his only response. However, we need to get back all the way to Season 1, where the dagger came from. The dagger that Arya uses to kill the Night King. So, if we recall back to Season 1, there's an episode in which, after Jaime pushes Bran out of the tower, where he sees Cersei and Jaime doing their thing, Catelyn is taking care of Bran, and Robb is also there, Maester Luwin as well, and they are all taking care of him, and out of nowhere, a fire appears. No explanation, a fire occurs at Winterfell, and, well, Robb runs to help the villagers, well, the Northerners, put out the fire, and Catelyn, as she should, is taking care of Bran even though the fire is going on. There's no reason to leave him alone. She's her mother, and Catelyn is the one who proves the love to his sons the most in the show. Cersei as well, but in a weird way. So this assassin comes in with the dagger in hand. Catelyn protects Bran just for a moment. Kate is taken out by the assassin, not killing though, just pushing her away, and Summer comes and saves the day. Bear that in mind. A fire out of nowhere. So, whose dagger was this? We say this dagger is made out of Valyrian steel, and it's also shown later on in the series, all the way in Season 7, that it was maybe even used by Aegon the Conqueror. Well, we have no real idea whose dagger is this. We've been said that it's Tyrion Lannister's, that is Littlefinger's, or that it was Littlefinger's until he lost it to a bet to Tyrion in a tournament, well, a joust, in which Tyrion bet against Jaime, against Laura Tyler if I'm not mistaken, and Littlefinger loses his bet. However, when Jaime is imprisoned, Jaime says that he didn't lose the bet to Tyrion, but he lost it to Robert Baratheon. So it's all a mix-up, and well, the dagger ends up with Ned Stark after Catelyn captures Tyrion, makes him his prisoner. And after that, it's just a really convoluted story that I'm just going to refer to the series, not the books, because the books actually tell us that the dagger is taken from from Ned Stark's desk by Littlefinger, and then he uses to capture him prisoner. And then in the TV series, when Ned's capture is done, there's the dagger. It's a different knife that Littlefinger uses to capture Ned. I said the official story is that Littlefinger did all this assassination plan in order for the War of the Five Kings to begin. But he really just wanted the Lannisters and the Starks to begin, and so he could take the throne. Sam's books tell him that the dagger is made out of dragon glass, and it is described as by Aegon the Conqueror that it is made as a wealth and representation from higher families. In the Spoils of War in Season 7, this is what the chapter is called, Littlefinger gives Bran his dagger for no apparent reason. Maybe it's just to prove himself loyal, to the Starks and just try to be in the better side for him, that it's because, well, the Starks won the Battle of the Bastards, so maybe they've got the better army. And they've got the Knights of the Vale as well, that he kind of controls. And, well, Bran says chaos is a ladder, just to prove that maybe Bran knows all the way that happened. But he really doesn't care for the dagger because he's not a fighter. He is the Three-Eyed Raven, so his powers are beyond physicality. They are more mental powers. So he gives the dagger to Arya.
It's wasted on a cripple.
Curious thing, right? And, well, obviously we know that Arya uses this dagger to kill the Night King because it's Valyrian steel. There are so many theories about this that, yeah, it's really difficult to quote them all, but this is just based between of what I started to think when the episode finished and what I have gathered from different articles, Reddit posts, and many other theories are surrounded in this video. Now, here is what I think, that Bran may be a Lord of Light impersonation or physical being. If you think about it, again, the fire from the episode that I told you from Bran's assassination attempt is caused out of nowhere and it's never explained. The Lord of Light controls fire. Then we have Melisandre's prophecy towards Arya.
Darkness in you. And in that darkness, eyes staring back at me. Brown eyes, blue eyes, green eyes. Eyes.
Quoting that she is going to have eyes shot from brown, blue, and green eyes.
We will meet again.
Brown being Wolf-Freys, blue being the Night King, and, well, the White Walkers in its entirety, and green eyes are maybe Littlefingers or maybe Cersei Lannisters, who are the guys that have green eyes remaining. But after that, we get to meet the Brotherhoods without banners. We get to meet the Brotherhood, which Beric Dondarrion serves in, and he fights the Hound by a trial by combat. And we know that Beric has been revived tons of times by the Lord of Light, by Thoros of Myr, but with no real purpose, and Beric himself doesn't even know what his purpose is, but he only says that he's only alive because the Lord of Light allowed him to. All the way to season 8, to this episode. As spoiler, Theon dies, protecting Bran, just in time for Arya to come in and kill the Night King, remembering the prophecy that Melisandre told her about closing the eyes. So if we run this up, the purpose of Beric Dondarrion being kept alive along with the Hound is to protect Arya in Winterfell. His entire purpose was to protect Arya all the way from the start, in order to fulfill the prophecy that was told to Arya by Melisandre, who is a servant priestess for the Lord of Light. We never get a real explanation of why someone was trying to kill Bran. Like, yes, maybe it was Littlefinger in order to was like one of the five kings, but we never do really get a confirmation on that. Maybe it was all bullshit. Why did this, I don't know where thief had a freaking Valyrian steel dagger, and that is quoted on the freaking Aegon the Conqueror's stories in the books of the Citadel. If you think about it, maybe, just maybe, Bran is a physical representation of the Lord of Light. Purpose was to kill the Night King. Like, the Night King and the Lord of Light are basically opponents. Even just before Arya goes on to kill the Night King, Melisandre tells her, "What do we say to the God of Death? Not today." The God of Death may have a physical representation that may be the Night King, Death itself, against Bran, who is kind of an envoy for the Lord of Light. Maybe this is just a theory. I'm not saying that I know everything. I'm not Sam. So they are supposed to fight against each other, and they need to kill one another. It's basically like a prophecy, like Voldemort and Harry Potter, and it's good versus evil. Do you get what I mean? All Bran's plan, or the Lord of Light's plan, was to cause the fire, to let the assassin go into Bran's chamber, try and kill him, give the dagger to Catelyn, so she could give it to Ned Stark, so Littlefinger could take it back, so Littlefinger could take it and give it back to Bran, and Bran could give it to Arya, so Arya could stab the Night King right where in the spot where he was created, right in the chest. That's why he died. So basically it's a fight against the good and evil, and it's just a theory. Let me know what you think of it. It may sound a little bit weird, and to be fair, as I said, we need a real explanation, because Bran was warding all the time, and yes, he went into the crows, but then we get a shot when the Night King does this. And so what's wrong with that? I mean, maybe he fought against the Night King to gather control of the weather, because the Night King just does shit with his hands and controls the snow and whatever. And maybe if Bran is the Lord of a representation of the Lord of Light, maybe he was fighting to get a little bit more of sunlight, or well, not sunlight because it was the night, but a little bit more light in the battlefield itself. Is Bran a representation of the Lord of Light? So guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment what you think about my theory. If you have any other comments regarding what may be the real purpose of Bran or the Night King, or if you think the Night King is still alive, like he couldn't have just left the series just like that after all the hype and all the theories that we made, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and also subscribe, and also check out my Twitch channel where I game a little bit. This YouTube channel is for my comments and what I think about well, basically pop culture, and over there on Twitch I stream different games, mostly Call of Duty, but I am looking forward to streaming Winter is Coming, a browser game available, but for everyone it's free. So okay guys, have a good one, peace.